I mean, I thought tonight's show was incredible.
I did too. It was very interesting to me because coming from the book, through the script, which obviously I'd read, and then seeing it onto the stage, it was extraordinary because it simply expanded the whole story. And it was done with beautiful simplicity. The storytelling was clear. It was also telling in the real sense of that word. It was hugely emotional for me, and I think for many in the audience. They were really carried through a first half which was building slowly, and in the second half when it just, the climax was just huge. So I thought the three actors and everyone concerned, cast and crew, did the most extraordinary job. It was very moving to be part of.
I know it's always a big challenge for us at the barn to come up with the goods time and time again. So how did you think we managed this one?
Well, I think it was right up there with everything else I've had here, really. From the Butterfly Line onward. There was a Butterfly Line on the first.
Yep, Butterfly Line, Private Peaceful.
That's right.
Everything in the Garden.
Yeah, no, they've all had a mark which is of great intensity, and I think it's partly to do with the size of the stage and the fact that you haven't got room to mess around. But I have to say the sound here this evening was wonderful. The simplicity of the set I thought was terrific. I particularly loved this evening the way, in a very serious story, it was to some extent comedically told. So there are moments when you were in the tension, but the manner in which the storytelling was done made you smile at the same time.
Yeah, it had lots of good laughter in the story, which
it's very good. Yeah, it's very, and that's a wonderful. It is to be broken up, and it's also because war stories should not be told in the way that they're very often told, which is wham bam and this is what happened and this is what. It made you think about war and peace all the way through. In that sense, it's a very modern story.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people sitting here this evening, when they heard those explosions, had Gaza in mind, had Ukraine and Russia in mind. We know this stuff is going on all over now, and we thought in our idiocy that we had put that behind us forever. It was how it was then in France, and I thought it was authentically done. It was done with enormous integrity, and my cousin who was sitting there, Jay, daughter of the hero of the story, or one of the two heroes of the two uncles, she was really persuaded by the fact that people had taken care with a balance between what this man was in peacetime and what he was in wartime. So she had a sense that this was a biography, not just of one man, but of a whole time, but through him.
Yeah, and it was interesting in all the interviews we taken tonight. People touched on family a lot in this way,
yes,
in terms of the sacrifice the family made.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's incomprehensible now in this country, but these are things that are going on all over the world now, and it's so important for us to be able to empathize, not just look at the news and switch it off because we've seen it before, but to empathize with the suffering that war is causing. When you're up against a dictator like Hitler and you're occupying someone's country, you can't stop. You have to go on till it's done. That's what that generation did it. That is why I can stand here in front of a camera and say what I like. Well, that's wonderful and extraordinary. And we take our freedoms like that for granted at our peril, I think. Theatre was a wonderful contributor to that. We put up plays on that we know, ask questions, and don't give simple answers.
Great. Thank you, Michael.
All the best.
Thanks. Wonderful.
Wonderful.